Words can move us or keep us paralyzed. Our choice of words dictate our thoughts and in turn dictate our actions. There are a few words commonly used today which have become taboo or socially unacceptable due to their negative connotations. These words are never or rarely used in normal everyday conversation. In the world of personal development and growth, the C word, the N word, and the F word stand out as prominent taboo words. I cannot do this. I will never succeed. I am a failure. There is another word that is a staple ingredient of so many conversations and utterances that can be so powerful in its effect. It can counteract every other word that has come before it. This word can hold you prisoner and stop your progress in its tracks. I'm speaking of the B word. What is alarming about this word is that so many people use it to justify their inability to do something, their procrastination, apathy, laziness, anger, greed, lack of responsibility, and even at times their criminal acts. This B word justifies the C word, assists the N word, and leads to the F word. The B word I'm speaking of is but. Do you know any but people? I can hear them now. I could lose weight, but I could have got fit, but I would have done that, but I know it is wrong, but even in the flow of conversation it comes out. I really agree with you, but I call these individuals butters people. Butters people justify everything they do and do not do with a but. So much so that it becomes synonymous with their entire life and conversations. If a butters person hears this message, his or her first thought would be, yeah, but. I would say, no buts. But, they would say again. But nothing, I would reply. But what about this? And but what about that? They would continue. A butters person would remain persistent in his or her never-ending quest to find justifications as to why their life and circumstances are the way they are. A butters person will eventually become the butt of someone's joke. Someone who is the target of ridicule and laughter for his or her constant excuses and reasons for his or her unfulfilled life. In a butters person's world, the emphasis is on why they cannot, never did, or should not. Your focus should be on why you should, how you can, and how you are going to, despite any obstacles that may come your way.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're well on this day before lockdown. Yes, today is a lockdown special. I particularly changed today to cater for the lockdown that's now about to occur in England, and I hope you find it useful. I've spent a good few hours putting together a strategy that I hope you will find useful over the lockdown period. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ken Barnes. I am also known as the L.E.A.N MindBody Coach. And, I basically help people become healthier, help people make health a habit by helping them lose weight, by helping them reverse their high blood sugar, just like what happened to me. Because before I started my journey on the L.E.A.N MindBody Method, I wasn't exactly the kind of site that people... Let me just show you. I'm going to show you the journey that I went through and how the transformation happened in my body. Have a look at this. Just take a look at this. Wow, you can see how I used to look. Now, I lost 50 pounds in 6 months, reversed my pre-diabetes, and cured my sleep apnea through the methods that I go through on today's show. I also have another show on Monday called Make Health Your Habit. And it was a great show. Thank you very much for Paul, Rudian, and Mr. P for a great show. We were talking about men's health and it was really open and vulnerable. So let me just see. If you're here today and the show, and I'm here, just say hello. If you're in either Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching this from, and you just want to say hello, because look, the lockdown is coming and we're going to be spending some time together. So if you're in the chat and you just want to say hello, just say hello. so I can just, find out. Hi, good evening. Good evening. Hi, good to see you, KK. Welcome on board. Who else? Is anybody else on the chat? Or are you all out trying to get your last fix before the lockdown? Yes, good evening, sir. I know you must be on my group on Facebook. Yes, Mr. P. Great to see you as always. Yes, say hello because I'm here. It's just me. I feel some love. I just want to feel, like you're there and you want to feel something. So that's absolutely great. So if you're there, just say hello. I'm just going to move this chat over here slightly. And what I'm going to tell you is that I have actually written a book, and the book is called The L.E.A.N MindBody Method, and it focuses on the four areas which I use to be able to transform my weight and health, and that's going to be actually pivotal today in what I'm going to share with you. So just bear that in mind. So look, the lockdown's coming. Um, Reports are saying, good evening, Mr. P. You're welcome, Mr. P. It was a great show, and thanks again. Yeah, it was great having you on the show on Monday, Mr. P. Great. Reports are saying that this lockdown could be potentially worse than the previous one. Now, look, for some people, if you're going to work, your life is continuing the same. But for some people, a second isolation period is going to be devastating for them. I'm in the gym and I've seen so many people come back from the first lockdown, you know, totally change in the way their body looked because they dealt with it in their own way. Some people just dealt with the lockdown by eating comfort food, and that didn't do any good for their weight or their health. And now we're coming again. And the thing is, you got to remember is that it was summer. We had great weather, didn't we, in the last lockdown, so we could easily go out and go for a walk. But in this lockdown, it's winter. It's dark. You get up and it's dark, and you go to bed and it's dark. So it's going to have a greater mental strain on a number of people. So you have to set up a strategy to get through this. And I say, don't just survive the lockdown, thrive through the lockdown. And this is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you a strategy. You can, develop it in your own way, which you can use to thrive, to make health your habit during the lockdown. And I know this strategy works. Good evening, Dell. Nice to see you. Look beyond the lockdown. Absolutely right. Not look beyond the lockdown and not absolutely right, Dell. That is the way we got to do it. I mean, we have to grow through this. It's here, but we can grow, and there can be some real positives for us that we can take out of the lockdown. So, without any further ado, let me just share with you the strategy that I am going to introduce to you. And then I'm going to show you a way how you can make it fun and how you can make it a little bit of a challenge for yourself. Is that fair enough? You good? You with me? Okay, here we go. Let me turn the comments off and then let me go to this here. So this is about some lockdown health and well-being strategies, all right? So, the L.E.A.N MindBody Method focuses on the mind and the body. That's why it's called L.E.A.N MindBody Method. Look, you can't change your body without changing your mind. And it's no use working on your mind without working on your body. The two are synonymous, the two work together. So the L.E.A.N MindBody works on your mind and your body. So the strategy that I'm going to share with you, is a strategy you can use over the 4-week period. It may go on longer and you could duplicate it, but it's actually a 28-day period I'm going to show you. And you can use it to help with your mind and your body. All right. It's based on the L.E.A.N MindBody Method. It's based on the book that I have written. And it's based on the 4 areas, which is nutrition. Now, just to be clear, the nutrition I focus on is low carb and sugar reduction. So it's sugar reduction and refined carbohydrate reduction. You don't have to do that. You don't have to focus on low carb or sugar reduction. It would be great if you did, but this is, when I say nutrition, I'm talking about what you are eating. So you are going to eat more healthier in any form you take that. Next one is exercise. So we all know what exercise is about. And the other one is sleep. And then it's attitude. I'll talk about mindset, but it's also attitude. So those are the 4 areas: nutrition in its form, exercise, sleep, and attitude. All right. So look, what I'm going to say to you is this: what can you think of to be able to do during the 28-day period that will help with your nutrition? What can you do? Just have a think. Now, look, it doesn't have to be anything big, just something that you will do every day. Yes, or a few things you will do every day to improve your nutrition, improve what you eat. It could be stopping eating snacks, it could be reducing sugar, it could be stopping drinking fizzy drinks, it just could be anything. But think of something that you want to do over the 4-week period which should improve the way you eat. Okay, so that's the nutrition. That's the first one. Now let's go to exercise. What can you do over the lockdown period to improve your fitness, your exercise and fitness, whatever that is? I mean, it could be going for a walk. It could be, I'm going to be doing Insanity at home because I love Insanity. I've done it a few times. So I'm going to be doing Insanity. I'm going to do weights. I'm going to do stretching. But you might want to do yoga at home. You might want to go for a run in the morning. You might just want to go for a walk in the park. Whatever that is exercise. And remember, exercise is about movement. It's not always about, running 50 miles. It's only about movement. So think of something you're going to do to improve your movement over the lockdown period. And then we're talking about sleep. Now, this is incredibly important because research showed that people's sleep was greatly affected. Because if you're concerned, isolation, and by the way, is definitely a factor that interrupts people's sleep. When they feel lonely, they find it harder to sleep. When they feel concerned, they find it harder to sleep. And a couple of weeks ago, I did some, well, in fact, it was last week. Yes, it was last week. I did a great podcast. Thank you very much for the feedback I got on that podcast. I really got some great podcasts about some sleep habits. Maybe there's a sleep habit you want to develop. Maybe over the course of the lockdown, you want to go to bed a little bit early. You want to go to bed consistently. Maybe you want to have a bath before you go to bed to help your body temperature raise and then low down. Whatever that is, you're going to improve your sleep in some way over the lockdown period. And the fourth one is about your attitude and mindset. How are you going to work on your mind? Because, we have to protect our body. We have to improve our body, but we have to protect our mind. In fact, I think that's even more crucial. What are you going to do to grow your mind? It could be reading a book. It could be doing an online course. It could be learning something, but you are going to commit to learning something over the 28 days. So those are the 4 things I spoke about: nutrition, healthy eating, exercise, sleep, and attitude and mindset. Now look, some of you may want to think of loads of things. Let me make it easy for you. Just one thing in each of those areas. And in fact, just one small thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Just one small thing. And, I know we talked about each of them. I'm going to show you how there are different levels we can use in what I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to share with you a strategy by a guy called Jerry Seinfeld. Great comedian. This guy wanted to write a joke every day. And he thought, well, how do I force myself to write a joke every day? And he came up with a concept called "Don't Break That Chain" technique. I mean, it's simple, but it's profound, and it works really well. And I adapted that in my coaching. I'm going to share that with you absolutely free today. Absolutely free. All right. And I've developed for here, "Don't Break That Chain" lockdown chart. And this is going to go in line with the 4 areas I've just spoken about: nutrition, exercise, mindset, and sleep. So there's a "Don't Break That Chain." And this is what the chart looks like. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in a moment, and I'm going to show you how to use that chart. But you can actually download this chart here if you go to my website, the L.E.A.N MindBodyCoach.com, and you just put at the end of it DBTC. So "Don't Break That Chain." And I'll ask Mr. P at the moment if you can put the link inside the chat, so you can just click on that link and you can download the chart. Now, the great thing about the chart, there are 2 charts you can download. You can download one which you can just print, but there's one that's actually interactive. You can use it on your computer. So you don't need to print it off. You'll be able to download it and use it on your iPad. So what I'm going to show you, you have two versions. When you go to my website, you can either download it and print it, or just open it up, save it on your website, save it on your computer, I should say, and you could use it as an interactive PDF. So go to that, and the website will be there. You know, you can, throughout the presentation, I remind you of the website. All right. So this is the chart. It's covering 28 days. So I kind of took it over the 4-week period. Now we know the lockdown may extend, but I just thought let's work with the 28 days, which starts tomorrow. All right. 28 days start tomorrow. And you can see it's broken down into 4 weeks: week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. Let me just go into a little bit more detail to show you exactly how to use each day. So I've kind of been blowing it up so you can see it. I want to show you how to use each day. Now, your objective each day is, well, let me just say, each day I said goes 1 to 28. Your objective each day is to get across. Each day you want to put a cross in that section where the green is. How do you put a cross? Well, let me show you. It depends on these 4 sections here. I kind of created the acronym SANE, you know, because we want to keep sane over the lockdown period. But it follows the same 4 areas which I was talking about: sleep, attitude, nutrition, and exercise. All right. So these are the 4. So here it goes. So the first one is S for sleep. And you'll see a little tick box there. All right. I'll explain how that tick box works next to the X. And then you have the A, which is for attitude, mindset. All right. And then you have the N, which is nutrition. Again, as I said, it doesn't have to be low carb. It could be anywhere you feel you want to improve your healthy eating. And then we have the E. All right. So those are the 4 sections which determine if you get a cross. I might just show you how that works. So look, let me remind you of the 4 sections again: nutrition, exercise, sleep, and attitude. And there are 4 levels that you can do this. So I'm now going to show you how you can make it a bit of a challenge for yourself, and possibly a group of you if you want to do it in a challenge. So there are 4 levels. All right. These are the 4 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. It's very simple, really. Level 1 is you are going to take one focus area, because the L.E.A.N MindBody Method has 4 focus areas. You're only going to focus on one. So you might think, over the 28 days, it's just my exercise I'm going to focus on. That's great. That's fine. There's no problem. That is your one focus area. It could be your nutrition. You might say, well, you know, I want to go for level 2. And level 2 is simply 2 focus areas. So it might be your nutrition and exercise. Those are the things you want to focus on each day. You want to do one thing in each of those areas every single day. You might want to step it up a little bit, you know, and go level 3. So it might be nutrition, exercise, and attitude. So you're thinking, I want to focus on 3 focus areas over the 28 days. And if some of you want to really go for the full house, you want to go for level 4, you want to focus on all the 4 focus areas. So you're just going to do one thing in your nutrition to improve the way you eat. One thing to improve the way you exercise every day, one thing to improve your sleep, and one thing for your attitude and mindset. Remember, it doesn't have to be a big thing, just something small. What we're trying to do, we're trying to build repetition here. We're trying to build repetition and just give you a focus, and then you've got an end goal to end up on, and I'll show you how that works out. So this is the chart. So this is how it would work. All right. So I'm going to say you go for a level 4, because that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the level 4. So I'm going to try and do one thing every single day, just a small thing in over the lockdown period starting for tomorrow. And let's say you're doing level 4 with me, because I know you guys, I really want to sort yourselves out. All right. So what would happen is this. So my sleep. So my goal is obviously to get that X in day 1. So this is how I would get the X in day 1. All right. So the sleep, I think, well, did I do my sleep one thing? Yes. Okay. So I've put a tick there. Okay. I did my sleep one thing. Yeah. Did I do my attitude and mindset? Whatever I was going to do to improve my attitude and mindset. Was it read a page of a book? Did I do it? Okay. Yeah, I did it. Well, I'm going to tick there. Did I do my healthy nutrition habit one thing? Yes, I did. I didn't eat any chocolate. So I do the tick there. And did I do my exercise? Yeah, I got up in the morning. I did my half an hour or 45 minutes of insanity. I did all my 4 1 things for that day. Guess what I do? I didn't put an X there. Great. Success. What? Give myself a round of applause. Well done. Great. The first day is done. And I now have completed my first day because I've done all of the 4 1 things. Now let's move on to the next day. So the next day comes along. All right, say I do my sleep 1 thing. Yeah. I also do my attitude 1 thing, my mindset, where I'm going to grow my mindset. I do my nutrition 1 thing. So I'm doing really, really well. But for whatever happens, for whatever has gone on through the day, I didn't do my exercise 1 thing. I can't put a cross there because I didn't do my 4 1 things. Now, if I had just aimed to do 3, then yeah, I could put a cross there. Or if I just aim to do 2, I could put a cross there. But if I'm going for 4, I've got to be honest with myself. I have to do the 4 1 things every day because I want to get those 4 ticks. This is about you being honest with yourself. All right. So on that time, I can't put that cross there. All right. So I move on to the next day. So the next day, you know, I feel I'm going to fix up, do my sleep 1 thing. I do my attitude 1 thing. I do my nutrition 1 thing. And I do my exercise. So I can then put across. But you know what? This is a challenge. And this is not about stepping off one day and being on it. This is about consistency because this is what we want to build up. So unfortunately, look, there's no X there. So what have I done? I've actually broken the chain. So this is why you want to get an X every single, so you don't break the chain. I hope you're with me. I hope you understand the concept of breaking that chain because this is what you want. You want every day. Done my 4 things, X. The next day, I've done my 4 things. If they're three, but 4, X. 2 days, and then you the whole week. So you've got a cross throughout the whole week. So you've got the chain is continuous throughout the whole week. But you don't just want it throughout the whole week, you want it throughout the whole 28 days. And if you go through the whole 28 days without missing one of your focus areas that you committed to do every single day, you won't break that chain. And that's the challenge. This is your challenge over the 28 days. You want to get 28 days worth of crosses. That's what you want. That's what I'm going to aim for. That's what you're going to aim for. And I'm just going to give you a little tip of how you can make it a little bit more interactive. I hope this makes sense to you of how to get your 28 days of crosses and don't break your chain. Yeah, that's what you want. Yes, I did it. I didn't break your chain. That's what you want to feel like. That's the expression. Yeah, that's the expression you want at the end of 28, that you have not broken your chain. This is about your discipline. This is about your commitment. This is about you challenging yourself. And I'm telling you, if you do this, is a great way to help focus your mind, focus your energy, and away from all the negativity that's going on, because you're actually challenging yourself. If you use the print version, here's the tip: just put it on your wall, and you just look at that version every single day, and you're ticking away, and then you cross. It's such a great feeling, when you've done your either 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks, and then you mark that cross and you see the cross moving along the chart. It's such a great feeling. You get to the point where, no, I don't want to break that chain. I'm going to commit to my 1 thing every day. Don't push yourself too hard unless you want to. Just one small thing. When talking about really about focus, but the great thing is the momentum of these 1 things over the 28 days, it will have a cumulative effect. And I'm telling you, whatever area you do it with, you'll feel the benefits after the lockdown period. So you won't just survive it, you'll thrive it. All right. And this is a great tip: do it with someone. And if you do it with a friend, a partner, in a group, you then have an accountability partner. You hold each other accountable. This is a great way for you to have an exercise and a challenge with someone through the lockdown period. I'm telling you, it works so well. Just Find someone, if you know, you can even find someone on Facebook. This will be recorded, this will be on YouTube, this will be on Facebook. You can go back and look at this recording again. If the person's not been on this recording, show them this recording and say, I'd love to do this, I'd love to do this. Don't break that lockdown chain challenge, but this is what it's about. I want to show you what it's about. I want you to do it with me. Just take a look at it so they can come back and have a look at it. It's great if you do it with someone. It really is. You will work as an accountability partner for each other, and it will be great encouragement. So I hope that makes sense. It's, you know, it's not rocket science, let's be honest with you, but it's just a great way to be able to focus your thoughts and your energy over the time during the lockdown period. And I'm telling you, it will work so well, because we have to, during this lockdown period, no matter what you're doing, protect our mind, protect our body, and protect our health. And this is just a simple way I thought I'd show you how to do it. So go to my website, the LEANMindBodyCoach.com/DBTC, and you can download the you don't even have to register for my website. You don't even have to register for my mailing list. I'm just giving it away. There are two versions, print version, interactive. Go there, just click the green or the blue button and you download it. That's it. You know, you don't even have to register for anything. So I hope that proves helpful. And, you know, if you are doing it, I'd love to hear. I'd love you to share your stories with me on Facebook. And when we come back here next week, I would love to hear. How are you getting on? I've done it. I've done 7 days. Yeah, let's interact. Let's have a conversation. Let's support each other during this 28 days, all right? So don't break that lockdown chain. Let's keep it real. Let's get through this one together, all right? So that's absolutely wonderful. Right, it comes to a great fun bit today. You know, my whole coaching is around letting people know how bad sugar is. Sugar is a toxin. So part of this show is also just making you aware of the sugar content you eat in foods. And I've got some 3 great foods. These are regular foods that people eat all the time. I used to eat all the time, and I never realized how much sugar was in them. So I'm going to give you an opportunity. Let me turn the comments on here. I'm going to give you an opportunity for you to be able to guess how much sugar is in these different types of food. So let me just make sure the comments are there. That's great stuff. I know Mr. P kind of sometimes has a go at this. Let's see how he gets on today. Yeah, let's see how you get on today, Mr. P. I'm going to move this. Let me just move this here. I have to move this out there because the comments was a little bit out of the way. So I'm going to move it over here. Shall I show me that? Yeah, we'll see. I'll move it here. That should be all right. Okay, so let's see how we go. So this is the sugar smash. All right. Sugar smash. Just guess. But let me just go through a few things and show you first. All right. I just want to just educate you just about some things here. All right. So let's see how this goes now. Now, this is all about saying to you, look, say no to sugar. That's what it's about. Say no to sugar in all its forms. I implore you, say no to sugar. Sugar is so bad for you. It's a toxin. It doesn't do you any good whatsoever. And, you know, as I always like to say in this show, these are refined carbohydrates. Even complex carbohydrates turn to sugar. But these are all forms of carbohydrates. The banana is a form of carbohydrate. There is, yes, yeah, the banana is a form of carbohydrates. The rice, the pasta, everything here is a form of carbohydrates. All right. And when you eat carbohydrates, they turn to fructose and glucose. So fruit turns to fructose, which is metabolized in your liver, and normal carbohydrates, which are not, turns to glucose, which is metabolized in your body. And they don't do any good because fructose and glucose eventually turn to body fat when you eat them in excess. So the reason why I've been able to lose the weight and be as healthy as I can is because I've reduced my sugar. And part of this is about that understanding of reducing your sugar. All right. So let's see how we get on today. All right. So these are the guidelines: 9 teaspoons for men and 36 grams, and 6 teaspoons for women. So I'll just show you the government guidelines, and they talk about added sugar, but you know, we have to also think about the amount of sugar that's in our food. All right. So the first was a carrot cake. Look, I'll be honest with you, absolutely honest. It was my birthday. and I had some delicious carrot cake. I did have some, but I understand that, and it's not something I do all the time. But you'd be amazed how much sugar is in carrot cake. And because I'm nice, you know, I used to let you just guys guess out the way because I'm feeling that way. Okay. Ooh, I think Keiko's come in with some guessing there already. 12 spoons. Let me just see. Here we have. So we got, well, you've gone some really, really high, KK, but let me see. Look. So we got here, we got A, 8.5 teaspoons, B, 9.5, and C, 10.5 teaspoons. Which one do you think it is? A, B, or C? As I said, I had the carrot cake. It was absolutely delicious. I actually make low carb carrot cake, which is delicious as well, but this one wasn't low carb. And look, food is a celebration, and sometimes you have to be able to just, you know, go off track as long as you don't do it all the time. So where are we going? We've got C and C. Okay, let's see. We've got two people guessing C. Let's see where we're going. Let's smash that here. Wow, let's see where we're going. And it is 10. Oh, well done. Absolute. Well, you guys are on form today. Yes, you got that one right. Yeah. Yeah, you're copying some of the meeting. Yeah, you got that one right. Well done. That's one. Okay, that's one to you guys. Let's see how you get on with the next food, all right? So the next food is a flapjack. A flapjack is absolutely delicious. I haven't eaten one for a long time. I'm going to give you the potential sugar content. Let's see how you get on. We got A is 7, B is 9, and 11, and C is 11 teaspoons. Is it 7, 9, or 11 teaspoons? Come on, guys. Let's have your guesses. Let's see. You got one right the first one. Let's see how good you're going to be today. Let's see. Well, we got A. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if Mr. P is going to come in with a guess here, but he normally does. But A, I mean, flapjacks are absolutely, I found them delicious. But hey, so we have a difference of opinion here. So one person is potentially wrong here. One person's right here. So let me smash this now and see exactly how much sugar is inside this flapjack here. Yes, absolutely, definitely. Well, it should be smashing, but let's go. What's happening? Come on. There we go. Let's smash it. Let's see how much sugar is inside there. And it is 9. It's B. Mr. P, you're on the money today. You're on the money. KK, you lost out that one. Okay, you lost out. So it's 2-1 to Mr. DJ P. Yes, you got that right. B, well done. You're doing well today, Mr. P. You're doing really, really well. You're doing really, really well. I know. I feel it for you. I feel it for you. I do. I really feel it for you. Okay, let's see if you can even a score on this last one. Let's just see if you can even a score on this last one. All right? So we're going to go for the last one. And the last one, a blueberry muffin. I love blueberry muffins. Okay, let's see how you're going to get on. So we got A, 5.5, B, 6.5, and C, 7.5. Come on. Let's see if Mr. P is going to make it 3 out of 3. Is it A, B, or C? A is 5.5, B is 6.5 teaspoons, and C is 7.5 teaspoons. So, okay, so we have C. Okay, we've got C, 7.5. Mr. P, are you going to come in with a guess here? Is it A for you, B for you, C for you? Which one do you reckon it is? I mean, muffins are absolutely beautiful. I mean, we have them with our tea, with our coffee, and it's just important to be aware of the amount of sugar inside there. So I'm kind of waiting for Mr. P to come in with a figure. It looks like he may have bowed out. So if KK gets this one right, then we have an opportunity to be able to even the score. So Mr. P, let's last call Mr. P on this one. Mr. P is taking so long because he's using Google. Oh, wow. That is it. Mr. P, where are you coming at? Are you coming in with A, B, C, or D? I'm actually waiting for you here because I just feel I have to, because you've been so good. I have to give you the opportunity to kind of step up and see if you can make it 3 in a row. So I'll just count down to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, you're not guessing today. So I'm just going to smash this and see where we're going with this one here. Let's smash this and see exactly how much sugar is inside it. Look at that. 5.5. It was A. So no one got that one right. But there's 5.5 teaspoons of sugar in one blueberry muffin. Think about it. A woman is only supposed to have 6 teaspoons, but there's 5.5 in there. Yeah, it's not a good day for you. It didn't go your way today, but hey, maybe next week you get it right. Yeah. Oh God, come on. It's be nice. Everybody's got to be nice here. It's all one family here. But the real objective of this sugar smash is really just to enlighten you about the amount of sugar in your food. It's your choice, the kind of what you eat. All am is the messenger. And I think if you're eating something, I think you really do need to understand how much sugar is in your food so you can make that choice. So this is the regular sugar smash section. We just take 3 regular foods from around the world, not always just snacks, and we break them down. We break down the amount of sugar in them, so it just makes you aware. All right, so that's the sugar smash section. I'm going to turn the comments off just for the moment. And just remember, you can still download that chart from the website address here. So this is the lean reflection, and this is where I end with just a few words of reflection. I'm going to keep it really, really tight today, and I'm going to end with something which your PC. I'm going to keep it with something really, really tight today, and it's a philosophy I call the 3 Ps, and it's really it's just a phenomenal way to be able to look at the world. And it's something I teach. I've taught in schools. I've taught it in the corporate world as well, and I think it's quite relevant here for this lockdown. And I always talk about what the secret to happiness is. Is a P. You can imagine when I say that what happens. You know, what's the secret to happiness? There's some things that come up, but there are 3 Ps. And the first P I want to share with you, and it's the foundation, and it's called perception. Perception is the foundation of everything we do, and our perception is based on our values and our beliefs and everything. How we perceive something is the starting point of our journey, because there are many people who perceive this coronavirus as not being real. That's their choice. There are many people who perceive this coronavirus as an opportunity to be able to grow and develop. That's great. There are many people who perceive this coronavirus as an opportunity for them to do something different. And there are some people who perceive it as something that's going to be a ball and chain. That perception, how you view it, is the starting point from how you will end up. And I'll explain to you how you'll end up. So your perception then leads on to the second P, which is your perspective, your stance. So, for example, if my perception of this lockdown is, oh, not again, this is just gonna mess me up, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything, and I've just got to be in my house and just watch reviews of soap operas. That's my perception. I'm going to be my perspective is that the lockdown is going to be a frustrating experience, and it's just something that's going to weigh me down. But if my perception of it is, hold on, this is 30 days here, 28 days, this is an opportunity for me to be able to grow and develop. I won't have the distractions I normally have, so maybe I'm going to grow and develop. Maybe I'm going to do this, break that chain for 28 days and improve the way I eat and improve the way I sleep or the way I think or the way I exercise. That's your perception. So your perspective is now this lockdown period is an opportunity. Yes, not so much a ball and chain. It's actually an opportunity to be able to do something. So your perception dictates your perspective, which then leads on to the possibilities, the outcomes. So I'll go back. The person who sees this lockdown period as something which is just going to restrain them, which is just going to restrict them, their perspective is, well, what am I going to do? I can't go out. They're going to be frustrated, and they're just going to waste their time, and they're not going to achieve anything. In fact, mentally, this lockdown could be a ball and chain on them and really affect them. But the person says, you know what? My perception is this lockdown it's 30 days. I'm not going to be able to go out, so I'm going to make the most of my time. That's their perception. Their perspective is now, how am I going to make the most of my time? I'm going to do this chart that Ken, the L.E.A.N MindBody Coach, is presenting. And guess what the possibilities will be? At the end of 28 days, a better style of eating, or better sleep, or a fitter person, or they've grown some way. Yes? So your perception dictates your perspective, which dictates the possible outcome. So if you take the right stance, if you perceive this lockdown in the right way, it's actually an opportunity to slow down. It's actually an opportunity to grow and develop. It's actually an opportunity to learn something, to slow down. And the great thing about the last lockdown is that's exactly what I did. I used it as an opportunity to grow, because my perception was, this out of this period, I'm not just going to survive it, I'm going to thrive through it. And this 4-week lockdown, which is starting tomorrow, you can also thrive through it. You may have your own way. I've just given you the chart as one way to do it. So that's the reflection today. The 3 P's. Perception dictates your perspective, which determines any possibilities that will come out. Start with the right perception. So that's the L.E.A.N reflection today. I hope you take that away and it serves you well. Let me just share with you, on Monday coming up, I have the Make Health Your Habit, another great show coming up, 7 o'clock on Monday. Make Health Your Habit. We're going to be talking about low carb and keto, but from a Caribbean perspective. I've got a great guest going to be with me on, and she's from something called Black Keto, and it focuses to everybody, but specifically focused on low carb food with a Caribbean twist. That's going to be a really interesting show that's happening here. I'll be back next week, Wednesday, here for the L.E.A.N Bites Live. And just to remind you, I talk about the sugar, I have this L.E.A.N Brotherhood program. It's actually now going to start in January. You have some time. It's a fantastic program. It's just aimed at men. You can go to my website and check out this program. Because it was my birthday, I am actually giving away a discount. I'm going to extend the discount for the rest of the week. It's a discount. You just need a Ken 57. If you decide to go on the program, just put Ken 57 on the checkout, and you'll get an extra £57 off an already discounted price, and you'll get nearly £700 worth of real bonuses from being on the program. Not fake bonuses, real bonuses. So that's a great opportunity. And yeah, so check out my website, the L.E.A.N Brotherhood. See if that program is for you. Only for some serious men. It's only going to be a small group coaching program for any man who wants to lose weight or reverse their high blood sugar. So that's going to be a great program. And if you want to just try some low carb food, go to my website, the.LeANMindBodyCoach.com, and just register on the mailing list, and you can get this 5-day meal plan. It's a detailed meal plan. It has everything that you would need. Shopping list. It has what to do with leftovers. It has my jerk sauce recipe in it. And I've had so much great feedback about this. And all you got to do is register on the mailing list, and it will come to you in your inbox, and you'll get this 5-day delicious meal plan and one dessert in there. It's a great introduction to eating low carb and eating sugar and refined carbohydrate reduction food. Is a great introduction. So go to the website, it's free. Just take note of it. People have really had some great comments about that. All right. So look, that's it for today. That's the L.E.A.N Bites Live. I appreciate everybody who's joined me today, and everybody who will be watching in the recording. Again, just go to my website, and you will be able to download the chart. I'll actually make sure that link is in the Facebook comments, and also make sure it's in the YouTube comments, so you can download the chart. It's just a great way to keep yourself occupied. Hope you found today useful, and as we go into this lockdown period tomorrow, I pray that it's one that we all come out the other end, physically and mentally stronger. We have no idea where this coronavirus is going to take us. But the only thing we do have control of is ourselves. That's all we can do by making ourselves fitter, stronger, and healthier. And this is what my show is about. So, what at least for me to say is, as I normally say to you, listen, look, of all the habits you can ever strive to make and develop, the best habit, I think, is health. So the best thing you could do is make health your habit. Bye for now, and I'll see you on Monday in the Make Health Your Habit podcast live show, or back here next week, Wednesday. You have a great rest of the evening. Bye for now. I'll speak to you soon.